my political science students family. Welcome to all of you. Myself, Dr. Lata Sharma, is now with you with new topics and with full new energy of information and everything we are sharing to you. Now, this is the new topic here. That is the course code is BPSC 141 for the graduate students. Students, this is a very informative channel for you, and you all of you are welcomed for gaining here the information and knowledge. So here we are starting now with a new topic, that is Gandhiji and trusteeship. As you are aware, we have given some information and some topics and some lectures about the topics related to Gandhiji. That is the course code VPSC 141 that has been previously given by me, myself, Dr. Lata Sharma. So now also I am with you here. You can get and got everything that is related to Gandhiji. Is the only one channel is here, that is VPSC 141. We are here. So this is Gandhiji and trusteeship. We are starting with a new topic here. This will give you more and more knowledge about the Gandhiji and what is their principles and their ideologies and their thinking about the society and for the globally aspect. This is Gandhiji and trusteeship. Here, if we think about Gandhiji students, that what thing they have given to us, we think that there are too much the societies which things and ideologies demand, which is the ethics in our society should be demanded. They have given in their theories and their ideologies and their thinkings. So if we say that a basic ethics of, we can say moral ethics, if a person wants that he and she should be focused upon the Gandhiji and focused upon himself also, because Gandhiji has given us a mirror that we can see the what is the reality should be there, what is the ideology related to humankind, and what is our religion, what is our thinking, what should be our thinking towards the religion, towards the mankind, and towards all of the facts. So they have make our mind, they have given a thought that we can change ourselves by these adopting these attitudes and adopting these ideologies. There is Gandhiji's ideas focused around the concept of dharma. There is there is a meaning of dharma we will cover dharma, duty to the society. There is a simple thing is there, that what is dharma, we belong that dharma is Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma. No, there is something is they want to say that duty to the society, what we do for the society. Dharma doesn't want to allocate his ideology. They want that according to them, dharma is the duty to the society. The role of business as being that of a trustee or steward, what you hold surplus wealth needs to be kept in trust for common good and the welfare of others. As you see, my dear students, this is all about that we have surplus wealth. If we person has surplus wealth, what he should do, and he what he can do for the society, and what he can do for the common good and the welfare of others. So this is all about the trusteeship. And there is something they want to cover up, that if you hold surplus wealth, that should be needs to be kept in trust for common good and the welfare of the states, welfare of the others. This is all about here that Gandhiji wants. According to Gandhiji, what is trusteeship? There is a trusteeship about common good. There is all about welfare of the society, welfare of the person, welfare and well-being for the persons of the society. Trusteeship about welfare of others. There is also here that welfare of others. They are focused on the welfare aspect. Trusteeship is about non-violence, because if we think about the common good, if we think about the welfare of others, these all things will cover the peace. is self-satisfaction. And then self-satisfaction will come. We think about the common good. We think about the persons that everybody should be remain in a ethics, that there cannot be any type of violence. So after that, welfare of others, common good. If everybody is aware that we have to be in the form of welfare to others, that he will not think about the violence. So after that, the common good and welfareness of others, trusteeship, what type of trusteeship there should be covered there at that time, that is non-violence. This is trusteeship is about economic equity. Economic equity is there, that they know that if everybody is engaged in doing the welfare help and according to need, they are going to fulfill that need. That time, what will type of trusteeship will come, there is economic equity, there is equality of economically. And what is again here, they want to say that trusteeship is only kindness. Trusteeship is upon totally about kindness. So what is there, that according to Gandhiji, there is a trusteeship is about common good. What will happen after that, welfare of others. What will after that, there will be non-violence will occur. And there will be economic equality. And trusteeship is about kindness. And now question arises here, that who is a trustee? Self-consciousless, self-consciously assumes responsibility for upholding, protecting, and putting to good use whatever he possesses. There is a trustee. What this is the meaning of trustee, that he assumes that all of the responsibility that he should uphold, protect, and when he wants to put his goods, whatever he wants, acquire or earn self-governing and morally sensitive, aware of the unmet need of others. There is a who can be the trustee, who is trustee here, we are going to aware about, we are going to define here. Deeply committed to cultivating his most generous feeling for others. There is also a trustee should be like that. Consciously and patiently frees himself from exploitative attitudes and relationships. What he'll do, that he should be consciously and patiently, he should be free from all type of exploitative attitudes and relationships. That should be a trustee. Again, he's there that he wants that Gandhi wants that the trustee should be like that dharma or ethical moral values contrasted by seven sins. He there is seven sins we will discuss here. That is, they want the dharma or ethical moral values. There should be a combination of all that. That is seven sins. Which type of seven sins we are going to discuss here? That is wealth without work, pleasure without consciousness, knowledge without character, business without ethics or commerce without morality, science without humanity, worship without sacrifice, and politics without principle. There are seven sins here that Gandhiji has given us to, that what they want. If there are we are favoring the dharma and ethical and moral values, that can be seven sins there should be. That is wealth without work. If you are doing work and there is you are neglecting the wealth, that is not good also. Pleasure without consciousness. If you are not happy with your inner consciousness, that is not should be counted the pleasure. And knowledge without character. There is we can say to all of you that if seven sins are there, everybody should be aware that he should be like not that. So knowledge without character. What they want, that character should be there also, but if there is no knowledge, there should be no character. Business without ethics or commerce without morality. Every business should be should have the upholdings of ethics and the morality also. And if there are no humanity, science have no value. And there is, if there is no any sacrifice, there is no value of your worship. And one thing is more here, that politics you are doing, and if it has not the principle, that means you have not to write, not to do the workings of workings of politics, that because you have no any principle and you are not going well to this work. So these are that they want, trustee has a more and more valuable character is here. And if there is moral values also, then seven sins covers all of the working, that's what should be there. Inherent in this philosophy are entranced solution to many of the challenges of 21st century. What we are saying here, that sustainable consumption, consume what is enough for your needs without doing harm to others. If we say here that sustainable of development, we have discussed in many and many topics, that is means that sustainable development we are discussing. And in this sub topics, there is sustainable consumption also comes. So what we have to do for that, and what we have, what the in the concept of trustee we want to cover up here, that consume what is enough for your needs without doing harm to others. Utilization of natural resources in a sustainable way. You are a trustee and you need to take care of what has been freely provided by nature. Dignity of labor and equitable distribution of wealth. Wealth alone is not the answer. I feel happy, you need to ensure that the people who work for you and the society at large is taken care of sustainable livelihoods and not charity. Now there is a sustainable consumption. If we want that trusteeship should be totally defined according to 21st century, that what should be there, that a trustee knows what is going to consume. Is it for the needs without doing harm to others? Is it the utilization of natural resources in a sustainable way? And you are a trustee. You need to take care what has been freely provided by nature, because nature has given us everything from a single pen to this universe. Everything is given by the earth. So we, everything we are enjoying, everything we are taking in our hand, we are enjoying, we are eating, on which we are going and walking, everything, this is all about the nature in which we are taking a sigh. This is also in nature. So if you are a trustee, then what you have to do, you have to take care, you have to understand the value of all of things that has been provided by the nature. And this is all about the free dignity of labor and equitable distribution of wealth. Everything should be equally distributed, and you have to dignify the labor. Wealth alone is not the answer. If you want to be happy, you need to confirm, you have to be believe that all of the surroundings in which all of the persons are working in for your sake, they are happy, they are dignified, and they are doing accordingly for the sake of nature. So this is sustainable livelihoods is there, should be covered. The act of renunciation of everything is not a physical renunciation, but represents a second of new birth. It is a deliberate act, not done in ignorance. It is therefore a regeneration, according to Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. What they want? Everything which you are making, which you are doing, that it means you are giving a new birth to the society, everything. So be careful about the utilization of natural resources as in a sustainable way. Think about that what you are enjoying, you can give to others also. You can give to coming generation also. This is the sustainable consumption. Now, there is trusteeship is a socio-economic philosophy that was propounded by Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, because of, if we say trusteeship is a socio-economic philosophy, Mahatma Gandhi has covered up all of the things that is related to socio-economic aspect. What they want for that? That is trusteeship. It provides a means by which the wealthy people would be trustee of trust. It looked after the welfare of the people in general. If we say trusteeship is simply a socio-economic philosophy, that what is the meaning of that? That wealthy people, wealthy people would be the trustees. They can be then the trustees of trust if they looked after the welfare of the people in general. This concept was condemned by socialists as being in favor of the landlords, feudal princes, and the capitalists, opposed to socialist theories. Trusteeship essentially means having faith and confidence in process of taking responsibilities for assets and social values and administrating their rightful and creative uses for the benefit of others, now it and coming generation. There is also a thing has been come here that by the Mahatma Gandhi, they think that by if a trustee is here, what he have to do? Wealthy people is trustee. He has to earn the trust that he can do look after for the welfare of the people. But after the socialist ideology, they are in the favor, as being in the favor of landlords, middle princes, and the capitalists, opposed to socialist theories. Trusteeship essentially means having faith and confidence in a process of taking responsibilities for assets and social values. And this is all about that they have given this ideology. Gandhian principle of trusteeship. What Gandhi thinks, what they have given the principle. This is the thing that they want for the society. The Gandhian principle of trusteeship is closely related to the social responsibility of business. According to Gandhian concept of trusteeship, all business firms must work like a trust. All business firms must work like a trust. Whereas they have given this statement. All assets of the firm must be held by a trust and must be used for the welfare of the social. The firm must keep only a small part of its profits for the honorable livelihoods of its owners. The remaining part of the profit must be distributed equitably to all sections of the society. This is the that Gandhiji wants that trusteeship should be like that. What the thing? That all assets of the first firm must be held by a trust and must be used for the welfare of the social. The firm must keep only a small part of its profits for the honorable livelihood of its owners. The remaining part of the profit must be distributed equitably to all sections of the society. Now they want also to reduce the inequalities. What type of inequalities is here? That this concept tries to reduce inequalities. That is the meaning that principle of trusteeship wants that all business firms must work like a trust and they have to work for the social welfare and they have only the profit for their livelihood of its owners. There is the something is to be covered here. Now, what they want also reduce inequalities. So it tries to reduce the gap between the rich and poor. It tries to reduce exploitation, change of attitude of businessmen, According to Mahatma Gandhi, businessmen should change their attitude if they want to be trusted. They have no moral right to accumulate unlimited wealth while most of their countrymen live in poverty and misery. Each businessman should take enough wealth to live honorably. He should distribute the remaining wealth back to the society. Gandhiji advised to rich businessmen to the voluntarily surrender their surplus wealth. If not done so, the poor masses may revolt one day and plunder their entire wealth by force. This is Gandhiji has tell all of the businessmen that what they do if they have more and more wealth, they have distribute the remaining wealth back to the society because they have earned from that society, so they can give. But there is many and many theories has come in the pose of these that anybody does any businessman should not changing their attitude, and they are doing the accumulating unlimited wealth while most of their countrymen live in poverty and misery. This is really true here. If we see that Indian scenario is what is facing, he should distribute the remaining wealth back to the society. Nobody is doing like that. If done not done so, the poor masses may revolt. What this is in the way that we can say this happens because if they are not doing so, the poor masses may revolt, and that revolt can be seen in many of the many events that we see every day. The social pressure. People must put social pressure on businessmen to follow the principle of trustation. They should boycott their products of those who do not practice trustship. Legal pressure, there is also one is here social pressure, second is legal pressure. If voluntary measures and social pressure do not work, legal pressure must be put on the businessman to follow the principle of trustship. And there is socialism also come here. This concept gives more importance to socialism. That is, the society is given much more importance than an individual. So the wealth of the society should be distributed equitably to all its members. This is the social pressure. That is like legal pressure. Here is to that they want that they should give the attention that the trustees should take care all of their workings and legally. Otherwise, the voluntary measures and social pressures do not work. Legal pressures must be put on the businessman to follow the principle of, if they are not following the principle of trusteeship. Consider social needs. Businessmen should reduce only those goods and services which are useful for all members of the society. They should not produce goods and services which are used only by few individuals. Equal distribution of wealth. They should. According to Gandhiji, all the wealth of the society should be distributed equitably. There should not be concentration of wealth in few hands. Earn money by hard work. Person should earn his living by doing hard work. Earning money without doing hard work is just like stealing. Yes, there is that the businessmen should consider about social needs. They should not produce such type of things and goods and services that is only used by the limited personnel, limited public. And if there is too much here, then they should be distributed equitably. There should be no concentration of wealth in few hands. Because of earning by hard work, a person should earn his living by doing hard work. And if a person has not done the hard work, his money is will be treated like a stealing. So this is the here Gandhiji wants that trustees and businessmen should consider the social needs also. There is also a thing to be covered that no right to private ownership. That there is no need for private ownership because when everything is distributed and everybody is enjoying property and production and goods, that every nobody has too much. So there is no need of private ownership. This concept does not give the right to private ownership except when it is necessary. Government regulations, the government should regulate trustship. No individual should be allowed to use his wealth for selfish satisfaction or against the interest of the society. Limitations of principles of trusteeship. Limitations of principle of trusteeship is here that there should be rules and regulation according to the government, and there should be limitation principles of the trusteeship. This concept is not relevant in today's competitive business world because every businessman tries to earn maximum profits and accumulate huge wealth. Because of government regulations is not working today's competitive business, so every businessman tries to earn maximum profit and accumulate huge wealth, which demotivates the businessman. The businessman will lose their creativity and they will become lazy. This will slow down the economic development of the country. If the government takes care and government have the regulations in oppose of the businessman, what happens here? Demotivation is here. The businessman doesn't work too much hard work, and they will lose their creativity, and this is also they will become lazy and they will slow down their economic development for the country. Sorry. This concept is based on the concept of socialism. However, today's socialism is outdated. Businessmen feel that the welfare of the society is not their responsibility. It is the responsibility of the government. Here, today's scenario is covering here that every businessman, every industrialist, what they want to think, what they think now, that the welfare of the society is not their responsibility. And they think that the government should do work for this area. This concept is not accepted by the shareholders who invest their money to earn the highest dividend. This is also an issue because shareholders doesn't want to work for the welfare of society because of their money they have given for the highest dividend. This concept is against capitalism also. Today, capitalism is proving very successful all over the world. Poverty levels are very low in the capitalist countries when compared to the poverty statistics of the socialist nations. Yes, if we compare the capitalist and socialist countries and nations, the poverty level of the socialist countries and capitalist countries is very much differences can be seen. So, if we see that the government to take care of the businessmen of the trustees, this concept is against capitalism because capitalism is very in a boom position and now successful all over the world, and their poverty levels are very low. So there is a comparative study can be seen here between the capitalist countries and the socialist nations. Now here that Limitations of the principle of trusteeship. What type of limitations in the principles of trusteeship should be covered? This concept is not relevant in today's competitive business because every businessman tries to earn maximum profits and accumulate huge wealth. And the businessmen will lose their creativity and they are going to lazy. That this concept is based on the concept of socialism. And if we say that socialism has been outdated today's scenario, businessmen also think that the welfare of the society is not their responsibility. And this concept is not accepted by the shareholders who invest their money to earn the highest dividend. This concept is also against the capitalism. And there is there is today capitalism is proving very successful, and the comparison between the capitalist and socialist countries is being seen in a very different differentiation mode. If we say what will be the future of trusteeship, there are we will see here that these all will be the features of trusteeship. If we say that trusteeship is a hammer for capitalism, yes, trusteeship aimed at reforming the capitalist society. It advocated that rich people should change themselves and should come forward to use their poverty for the betterment of the society. State regulations of trusteeship. The state should come forward to regulate the system. In that case, there would be no discrimination. The wealth or the rich will be appropriated by the state and regulated by the order of the state. It will be done in the most peaceful way so that violence will not occur. There is features. Next is there that no use of wealth for self-satisfaction. If we see, first is there trusteeship is a hammer of capitalism, and what should be the state regulations for trusteeship? And now they are saying here that no use of wealth for self-satisfaction. Under trusteeship, any rich man can use his extra wealth for his satisfaction. He also cannot use wealth for promoting anti-social activities. The state should give the rich how to utilize the wealth for the benefit of the state. No private ownership should be treated there. The wealth should not be owned by any private fellow. It can only be done by the consent of the people in the society at large. Further, social welfare must form a part of this program which the state or the people and the society will direct. There is a feature that what they want to say no use of wealth for the self satisfaction. State should guide the rich how to utilize the wealth for the benefit of the state. No private ownership, and trusteeship is simply a hammer of for capitalism. Fixed maximum income. Under this system, a maximum income will be fixed by the state. What will happen here? That state will cover up, state will finalize a maximum income. A fair wage should be fixed for the working class people. The state should see that there exists a responsible balance between the maximum income and minimum living wages. What they will do also social welfare. The trusteeship system should aim at social welfare. Under no circumstance, the welfare of the society will be hampered. The rich people should come voluntarily to join their hands with the common people and decide measures for the welfare of the society. by the appropriation of the extra wealth possessed by the rich people. Protection as per social requirements. The protection should cater to the need for the society. No personal choice of the rich should guide the protection pattern. On the other hand, keeping in the view the necessity of large bulk of Indian population, things will be manufactured. As they are saying here that there should be a protection as per social requirements. There should be a fixed maximum income. This is Mahatma Gandhi's concept and quotation. Mahatma Gandhi was influenced by ancient Indian philosophy and teaching of Holy Bhagavad Gita. Gandhiji gave importance to the following two concepts. Aparigraha. This is non-possession. Sambhava. Equitable distribution. Gandhiji also gave importance following two quotations. Enjoy the wealth by renouncing it. Excel in your work. Produce wealth. Take the minimum which you need. Leave the rest to the welfare of the community. This is aparigraha, non-possession sambhava. Non-possession. Here is because enjoy the wealth by renouncing it, excel in your work, produce wealth, take the minimum which you need, leave the rest to the welfare of the community. Few richest men in the world, especially Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, are practicing the Gandhian principles of the trusteeship. These noble philanthropists are distributing a huge percentage of their wealth for social causes like public health improvement, funding AIDS, research, and higher education, running programs for poverty alleviation, etc. Their willingness to solve communities' problem as a moral responsibility is quite remarkable and deserves admiration. This is the very good thing here that the Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are practicing the Gandhian principle of trusteeship because these noble philanthropists are distributing a huge percentage of their wealth for social welfare. The core of Gandhian economic thought is protection of the dignity of human person and not merely material prosperity. If we think that in the core heart of Gandhian economic thought, if we think that the protection of dignity of human person, not very material prosperity. He aimed at the development, upliftment, and enrichment of the human life, rather than a higher standard of living with scant respect for human and social values. Gandhiji believes fundamental ethical values that is dominated his economic ideas. They want to liberate the modern economic philosophy from the quagmire of the materialism and bring it to a higher spiritual plane. Human actions were not motivated by social objectives of the protection of human rights. Gandhiji's efforts towards spiritualizing economies are truly reflected in his concept of trusteeship. He based his doctrine of trusteeship at the first sloka of Isopanishad, according to which one is asked to dedicate everything to God and then use it only to the required extent. The principal condition laid down in it is that one must not covet what belongs to others. In other words, the first instance, everything must be surrendered to God, and then out of it, one may use only what is necessary for the service of God creation. According to one's strict needs, this makes clear beyond doubt that is not in industrial and business sectors, only that doctrine of trusteeship is to made applicable. The spirit of this doctrine is detachment and service. Unless these two virtues are un, two virtues are there, it is impossible to obey the command. Covet not anybody's riches. Therefore, Gandhi's idea of trusteeship arose from his faith in law of non-possession. It is founded on his religious belief and that everything belonged to Gandhi, God, and was from God. And now that what Gandhiji, he became a trustee of that portion of God's people. God, who is all powerful, has no need to store. He create things afresh every day. Therefore, man should also live in his life from day to day without trying to store things for the future. If this principle was imbibed by the people in general, it would have become legalized and trusteeship would have become a legalized institution. Gandhiji wished to become a gift, to become a gift from India to the world. Now here that Gandhiji never ceased to believe in trusteeship in theory from the beginning or at any rate towards the later part of life. Though the method was proving ineffective, he believed in the dispensability of non-violence, non-cooperation, and satyagraha in converting the privileged classes into trustees. He even advocated violence as a last resort of disposes property owners of their wealth. Therefore, man's dignity and not his material prosperity is the center of Gandhian economics. Gandhian economics aims at a distribution of material prosperity, keeping on human dignity in a view. Thus, it is dominated more by moral values than by economic ideas. According to Gandhi, trusteeship is the only ground on which he can work out an ideal combination of economics, and moral. It concentrates from the trusteeship formula reads as follows. Trusteeship provides a means of transforming the present capitalist order of society into an egalitarian one. It gives no quarter of capitalism, but gives the present owning class a chance to reform itself. It is based on the faith that human nature is never beyond redemption. Here, they want a means of transforming the present capitalist order of society into an egalitarian one. It does not recognize any right of private ownership of property except so far as it may be permitted by society for its own welfare. It does not exclude legislation of the ownership and use of wealth. Under state regulated trusteeship. We are giving here the state regulated trusteeship. An individual will not be free to hold or use his wealth for selfish satisfaction in disregard to the interests of society. Just as it is proposed to give a decent minimum living wage, limit should be fixed for the maximum income and what would be allowed to any person in the society. The difference between such minimum and maximum income should be reasonable and equitable and variable from time to time so that the tendency would be towards the obliteration of the difference. Under the Gandhian economic order, the character of production will be determined by social necessity and not by personal greed. The theory of trusteeship applies equally to both the tangible and intangible property, such as the muscular energy of the laborers and the talents of Helen Keller. According to Gandhi, all property belongs to God, and his concept of trusteeship is The trustee have no right to destroy the property deliberately. Besides, trusteeship aims to the at the rising of the morale of the people by giving them a sense of security in the hands of the trustees. The trustees, in their turn, are beholden to create an urge among the masses for a higher standard of life. As man advances from a narrow sphere of personal satisfaction to the nobler concept of the welfare of all, he marches closer towards self realization. The whole idea of possessing wealth only to guard it from being misused and to distribute it equitably aims to protecting human dignity. If it is possessed for any other objective, it is objectionable on more grounds, moral grounds. Gandhiji enjoins this moral obligation on the part of the trustees as he is fully aware of the ills of capitalism which widen the gap between the rich and the poor. Now, here that Gandhian theory of trusteeship departs significantly from Marxian economic philosophy too. If Marxism is the child of the Industrial Revolution, Gandhiji theory can be understood only in the context of certain bases, spiritual values of the Gandhian Indian tradition. Marxian socialism aims at the destruction of the class called capitalist. There is a difference here to be seen. Whereas the Gandhian approach is not to destroy the institution, but we have to reform it. Gandhian socialism, being ethical, is different from Marxian socialism. Man to him is an ethical being first and a social being later. There is a difference we have seen between the Gandhian theory and the Marxian theory. The most significant difference between Marxian socialism and Gandhian socialism lies in the method they recommend to achieve it. Whereas Marxian socialism harps on violence, Gandhian socialism aims at a change of heart on the part of the rich. There is no place for violence, but only trust. The common man trusts his trustee and the later plays the role of the custodian. Thus, Gandhian socialism radically departs from both capitalism and socialism. It is trusteeship socialism, though this kind of socialism is difficult to achieve. Gandhi advocated is it as he believed in the basis strength of the goodness of man and the value of the morals. All other ism address the problem superficially, whereas trusteeship strikes at at root. Gandhiji wanted jamidars to act as trustees of their lands and allows them to be used by tenants. This idea was based mainly upon the fact that India is an agricultural country where more than 80% of the population lives in villages. By providing them trust land, Gandhiji was solving one of the major economic problems of the independent India today. There is what the Gandhiji has done for the that Indian scenario related to jamidars and land owners. What they have to do for that? Because they also they want that jamidars also work like a trustees for their lands and allow them to be used by the tenants also. Because they want, India is an agricultural country where more than 80% of the population lives in villages. What they want to do, they want that by providing them trust land, Gandhiji was solving one of the major problem, economic problem of independent India. In the socialist collective agriculture system, we find the same idea implemented. The success of the system in certain countries show that the concept is not impracticable at all. The failure of the system is often attributed to the will of the people. But a more sound reason seems to be the whole that was being applied while putting the system into practice. Because they want that Gandhiji's, that Zamidars also work as a trustees for their lands and allow their lands to by the tenants. At the center of this concept is the urge to protect human dignity. They are broadly speaking the demands or desire of modern man. The revolutions that are raised from time to time in different countries are motivated by the same objectives of a human dignity, justice and equality. Equity. It is very clear that the idea is relevant today as it seems at the social, economic, political changes in the world. One of the first steps to achieve this human dignity, justice and equity is to eliminate the ever-present troublesome element of class struggle in the society. Though the Gandhian concept of the trusteeship does not seek to destroy any particular class, it provides us with an idea of how to narrow the class gap. The practice of all the democratic nations has been to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor to minimum. In idea, we find this motive behind our cooperative policies. The community development project and the taxation policy that heavily taxes upper classes and gives some relief to the lower strata of the society. We find the manifestations of the Gandhian concept of trusteeship in these policies. And now there is a thing that we want to cover up here, that Gandhiji desires on the demands of the desire of the modern man. This all of the this samidars and all of the welfare and revolution that raise time to time is that there is a demand of that there should be a changing in the social, economic, political, and they for which all of these changes are demanded. This is the first step to achieve this human dignity, justice, and equality. So all of this concern here that Gandhiji's aspect about the trustees, about the trusteeship, does not seek to destroy any particular class. This doesn't work. He provides us with an idea of how to narrow the class gap. They want that this class gap should be narrowed. The practice of all democratic nations has been to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor to a minimum. In India, we find this motive behind our cooperative policies, the community development project, and the taxation policy that heavily taxes the upper classes and gives some relief to the lower strata of the society. These are the things that has been Gandhian trusteeship, Gandhian government is going to work for all of the aspect and all of the thinking thinkings. Now this is all about what we have think we are going to revise is here. Students, please keep an eye on the topic. What the Gandhiji? This is trusteeship is about common good. Trusteeship is about welfare of others. Trusteeship about non-violence, as we have discussed. Trusteeship is about equity, and trusteeship about kindness. These are the things that if there is a common good is there, welfare of others is there, non-violence is there, equality is there, kindness, then society will be a new form, and there is a dignified welfare of others. Society will be covered. There is also given that who is trustee here. There is 7 sins we have given here. That is wealth without work, pleasure without consciousness, knowledge without character, business without ethics, science without humanity, worship without sacrifice, and politics without principle. This is the 7 sins here. That should be the trusteeship and industrialist and the businessman should be covered here. He should aware of all of these things. And sustainable consumption we have discussed here. What is this? That the dignity of labor and equitable distribution of wealth is utilization of natural resources in a sustainable way. And this is socio-economic philosophies, that is Trusteeship essentially means having faith in confidence in the process of taking responsibility for assets and social values and administering their rightful and creative use for the benefit of others now and in coming generation also. Gandhian principle trusteeship is here that they want social responsibility of the business persons. According to Gandhian concept, all business firms must work like a trust. There is by this trusteeship system, they want to reduce the inequalities. They want to reduce the gap between the rich and poor. And what will happen after that? Reduce exploitation and change of attitude in businessmen. Each businessman should take enough wealth to take, live honorably. They have no moral right to accumulate unlimited wealth while most of their countrymen living in poverty and misery. There is a social pressure should be there on the trustees, and legal pressure is when it is required. And there is also a thinking of socialism we have given here, that is it the trustees and businessmen theories and ideologies like the socialism, otherwise is it not like that. There is trustees and businessmen and industrialists here to be understood that consider social needs. What is in a system of society, that they have to be aware about the social needs, and all members of the society, they should not produce goods and services. And according to Gandhi, all the wealth of the society should be distributed equitably. This is all about that all of the trustees has to be aware and consideration about social needs. There is no right to provide. This is also that there should be government regulation should be treated for that the control for the private ownership. This concept is not relevant today because every businessman wants to try maximum profits to accumulate huge value. This is concept based on the socialism. However, today's we can say that this socialism scenario has been outdated in the society. This concept of not that trustees should be aware about of the regulations and policies not accepted by the shareholders, because they want more and more profit in their dividend also. And this concept is also against capitalism. This is my children look at here, because this trusteeship and concept is not like a capitalism ideology, and not like a socialist ideology, because capitalism is proving very successfully all over the world, and socialism ideology and theory is not working anywhere now. There is what we can say here, that there is the principle of trusteeship we have given here. Feature of trusteeship we also discussed. And what is the use? No use of wealth for self satisfaction is to be given. There is Mahatma Gandhi concept and quotations for from the Aparigraha, and by the equitable distribution is there. Trusteeship provides a means of transforming the present. It has been given. Please look here that what is the trusteeship formula reads given here, that trusteeship provides a means of transforming the present capitalist order of society into an egalitarian one. It does not exclude legislation of the ownership and use of wealth here. On the economic order, the character of production will be determined by social necessity and not by personal greed here. The most important we have given here, that Gandhi's theory of trusteeship departs significantly only from Marxian economic philosophy and the socialist also. For today, this is all about. We have discussed the trusteeship and the Gandhiji. You can cover up this topic as in whole. This is really a very important topic for, because about everyone have to be aware about the trusteeship of Gandhiji's values. but you have to take care that there is only one slogan, only one policy is there, that welfare of others. This is all about that trusteeship.